Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to defend our research study, which is entitled Classroom Reporting and Society Among Human Kinetics. We are the researchers.
My name is Jose Rodrigo Granado.
I am Jan Antoinette Robo. I'm Shella Christine Caboverde.
Reporting skills are considered one of the most important proficiency needed in higher education and future careers. But being affected by weekly affairs, learners usually shape effective blocks and the process of developing target knowledge proficiency. During this learning process, servers anxious reaction is formed because of negative learning experience and perceptions across students. Such effects of foreign language societies cannot easily be described or defined because the general approach to identifying foreign language society was not explored adequately. Reporting system is one of the most the factors that enhance communication skills of the students and makes students to practice how to deliver reporting pleasantly and by doing not know how to be training and in doing how in their doing reports until now reporting system is still existing in each schools for all year levels, and this helps the students to be more better. Oral reporting makes learning easier to help students achieve goals, increasing opportunities for expanded learning, strengthen the connections between students and teachers, and create confidence between them. Many presenters do develop the use of strategies to overcome their fears and somehow, based on the presentations, they claim they were afraid to make initially failure. Failure to use corrections strategies can lead to further sensitivities to a person, like grade 2021. Interestingly, one of the main evaluations for language learning is through oral presentations by Rama of 2019. The environment has played an important role in the learning of language by Rama 2018 and Rafancia and Erani of 2019. It states that the audience can either trigger the presenters' fears or even calm them down. Within the scenario, most of the students, especially the male members of human kinetics, cells and organization community, main campus Capital City, are experiencing anxieties in presenting their oral reportings and classroom settings. Therefore, these papers aim to explore the anxiety of human kinetics and affects the reporting. The objectives of our study is the study of the aim to determine the factors affecting classroom reporting performance of human kinetics, students at the College of Education of University of Capital City during school year 2023-2024. Specifically, the research aim to answer the following questions: what the profile of the respondents in terms of age, year level, language spoken at home, geographical location, and exposure to social media. And the other things, what are the factors affecting the classroom reporting performance of human kinetics student in terms of expectation, training and exposure, audience, self-evaluations, rejections, verbal fluency, preparations, and previous and present experience. Is there a significant difference in students' anxiety level in classrooms reported when according to the profile? In figure 2023, as cited in the large scan in 2014, identify the 8 reasons of oral communications anxiety experienced by beginning Filipino. factors are expectation, training, and exposure. Exposure audience, and self-work, rejections, verbal fluency, preparations, and pleasant experience. This is the 8 factors and addictions of use study. So, this is the schematic diagram of our study. And this is the number of the respondents. The number of the respondents will remain human genetics study from all year level who are member of human genetics at Lucena Memorial State University, main campus, capital city, do the large populations, and the College of Education or BP department. The random sampling technique was used to conduct the research because it was more convenient for research to gather information.
This study used the descriptive survey method of research to examine the factors affecting the classroom reporting performance among human genetics students of Rizal Memorial State University main campus, Capital City, for academic year 2023-2024 with the aid of a researcher-made questionnaire. The study utilized a conducted questionnaire to collect information to determine the classroom reporting performance of the respondents. The questionnaire included 2 parts. The first part seeks the demographic profile of the respondents in the terms of age, language, spoken code, geographical location, and exposure to social media. The second part will determine the factors affecting the classroom reporting performance of students in terms of expectation, training and exposure, audience, self-evaluation, rejection, verbal fluency, preparation, and previous and pleasant experience. The questionnaire is conducted from the study of Villiar 2010, consisting of 8 factors. These 36 items will be measured on a 5-point Likert scale, ranging from strongly disagree coded 1 to strongly agree 1 coded 5. It is based on the 8 factors, which are the expectations, training and experience, audience, self-worth, rejection, verbal fluency, preparation, and previous and pleasant experience. Table 2 presents the demographic profile of the respondents. It is shown that from the 58 respondents, 36 or 60% respondents are 21 years old and above, 15 or 26% respondents are 19 years old to 20 years old, and 7 or 12% respondents are the 18 years old and below. This means that most of the members of Human Kinetics Society are 21 years old and above. Hence, they are early in the year 20. In terms of year level, 19 or 33% respondents are in their first year, another 13 or 19 rather, or 33% Tagalog and English. Thus, it gives him anxiety during class recording. So, table 3 shows the mean and description of the factors affecting classroom reporting performance of human kinetic students in terms of expectations. The table revealed students agree that they are afraid of failure, 4.05. They are also agree that they fear that they might have mental gap, or 3.913. Moreover, they agree that they are afraid of comparison with other speakers, or 3.28. The findings suggest that there are major psychological barriers that can make it hard to do well in school and in life in general. One of these is the state of expecting an outcome prior to performance sets that eventually lead to fear and anxiety. This fear can make students more anxious, lower their self-esteem, and avoid situations that make them feel bad. This can make it harder for them to do well in any class reporting performance. Table 4 shows the mean and description of factors affecting classroom reporting performance of human kinetic students in terms of training and exposure. The table reveals students agree that they lack experience at speaking. They also agree that they lack training in public speaking. Moreover, they agree that they are not used to talk in front of the audience. This implies that human kinetic students lack training and exposure, specifically in public speaking. As noted, they were raised using the native language and they find it difficult to speak using a second and third language, along with their self-esteem. Their class reporting performance will eventually result in low performance. Table 5 shows the description of factors affecting classroom reporting performance in human kinetics in terms of audience. The table reveals students agree that they are afraid that the audience might not understand their message. They also agree that they are afraid of their own expectations of the audience, and moreover, they agree that they are afraid of populous audience. The findings reveals the potential barrier to effective communication, suggesting that students may struggle to convey their message confidently and clearly in front of an audience. They fear that the audience won't understand, along with worries about meeting their own standards and the size of the audience, points to deeper worries that might make it hard for students to give talk with confidence. These worries could cause people to hesitate, be unsure, or even avoid situations which would make the words less clear and powerful. Table 6 shows the mean and description of factors affecting classroom reporting performance of human kinetics in terms of self-evaluation. The table reveals students agree that they feel insecure about their physical appearance. They also agree that they worry that the audience might make fun of them. Moreover, they agree that they are conscious of themselves. These findings reveal a potential barrier to effective communication. They say that the students' negative views of themselves might make them less confident and less able to share knowledge with ease. Such self-doubt and fear of being judged can make people hesitant, avoid situations, or feel less confident in own abilities, which can make their speeches less clear and powerful. Table 7 shows the mean and description of factors affecting human kinetic students in terms of rejection. The table reveals students are agree that they fear what others might say. They also agree that they worry about committing mistakes in front of others, and moreover, they agree that they worry about audience negative reaction. The findings have similar implications for self-evaluation. The students manifested fear of judgment from the audience, which leads to anxiety. When the audience utter about performance or give negative reactions, this means rejection rather than interest in listening further. This most likely affects the classroom reporting performance of students. Table 8 shows the mean and description of factors affecting classroom reporting performance of human kinetic students in terms of verbal fluency. The table reveals students agree that they are worried about not being fluent in English. They are also which could make them doubt themselves and their reports. Generally, preparation is important in class reporting performance. Table 10 shows the mean and description of the factors affecting classroom reporting performance of human kinetics students in terms of previous and pleasant experience. The table reveals students agree that they received some bad evaluations from teachers or other authorities. However, they are undecided about having a previous traumatic experience of public speaking. The finding implies for students past evaluations from the teachers are still impactful when they are doing class reporting performance. Because of criticism from teachers, students have now experienced anxiety in doing reporting. It brings back bad memories that holds them to participate in front of the audience. For those reasons, they most likely develop low self-confidence when facing the entire class during public.
The table 11. Table 11 presents the difference in students' anxiety levels in classroom reporting when analyzed according to age. The computed value for students' anxiety in classrooms reporting presents values that are greater than 0.05 level of significance. This means that there were no significant difference in the students' anxiety in classroom reporting when grouped according to age. Those who is accepted, this implies age does not matter when it comes to students' anxiety. This further means that human students, regardless of their age differences or experience, students' anxiety in classroom reporting. Table 12 presents the difference of students' anxiety level in classroom reporting analyzed according to year level. The computed value for students' anxieties in classroom reporting in terms of expectation, training, exposure predictions, and value and verbal fluency product by value that agree greater than 0.05 level of significance. This means that there were no significant difference in the students' anxiety in classroom reporting in terms of expectations, training, and exposures, predictions, and verbal fluency and growth according to year level. Those is accepted. However, this computed by value for student anxiety classroom reporting in terms of audience and self-evaluation preparations and previous and present experience produce values that are less than 0.05 level of significance. This indicates that there are very significant differences in the students' anxiety in classroom reporting, terms of audience, self-evaluations, preparations, and previous and present experience and group according to your level. This data implies that certain characteristics of anxiety in classroom reporting are similar throughout various academic years, while others things, considering as a student, are advanced in learning similar level of effect on students. Anxiety persists across different academic levels in relation to expectation, training, and exposures, projections, and verbal fluency. The notable variations of anxiety level related to the audience, self-evaluation, preparation, and previous or present experience. Based on the year of the study, underscores the necessity of tailoring intervention of the target, particularly anxiety, triggered the ability of students' progress in their academic path.
The table 13 presents the difference in students' anxiety levels in classroom reporting and analyzed according to language coding and code. The computed age values for students' anxiety in the classroom reporting produce p-values that are greater than 0.05 level of significance. This means that there are no significant difference in students' anxiety in classroom reporting when grouped according to language communication. This implies that students' anxiety in terms of obedience, rejection, verbal fluency, and persistent pleasant experience vary in level depending on the student's communication. Table 15 presents the difference in students' anxiety levels according to analyzed according to exposure to social media. The community age values for students' anxiety in classroom reporting to those B values that were greater than 0.05 level of significance. This means that there are no significant differences in the students' anxiety in a classroom reporting group according to social media. Those age group is accepted. The findings implies that regardless of whether students were heavy user of social media or rarely engaged with it, their anxiety levels during classroom reporting tasks were similar. This finding implies that social media usage habits, such as frequency of use, types of platforms used, or duration of exposure, did not significantly impact students' anxiety levels in context of classroom reporting. Therefore, exposure to social media does not seem to be a distinguishing factor in understanding or predicting variations in students' anxiety levels during classroom reporting activities. Based on this, let's talk about the recommendation. Based on the summary of findings and conclusion derived from the following recommendations were offered. Human kinetics students may recognize and manage the factors that have been linked to poor reporting in classrooms, such as expectations, exposure, crowd relations, self-evaluation, rejection, and verbal fluency, and planning. Use tactics like practice, feedbacks, and focus trainings programs to get better accuracy. Other students may understand how things like crowd dynamics, self-evaluation, preparation, and bad experience in the past can affect the level of anxiety during classroom reports. Learn how to deal with worry in a healthy way by doing things like learning relaxation techniques, getting help from other people, or using available resources like counseling services.
Teachers or instructor may seek helpful guidance regarding customized classroom activities and be clear about what is expected to help students who are anxious of or having trouble with reporting tasks. This will help them evaluate themselves and boost their confidence.
Future researchers may conduct related studies to find out how students' age, household language, and use of social media affect their worry levels when speaking in class. It suggests doing longitudinal studies to see how worry levels of performance change over time, taking into account things like developmental factors, school situations, and other surroundings. This will help us understand how things will affect children's long-term academic progress.
Thank
Thank you. We are now ready